Good evening. Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Castro County Board of Commissioners. I'd like to start off with a little silent prayer. And then move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Public hearings and tax tables, Thomas Bernard. Well, excuse me, wait a minute, jumping the gun first. Have a motion to have a public hearing tax tables. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Motion carries. Public hearing on tax schedules, Thomas Bernard.
I think the board's been presented with the schedule values. It's just open for the public hearing. Any comments?
I'm going to ask Mr. John Roberts, were you speaking on this topic?
Huh?
Were you going to speak on this topic?
No.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, you could address the public and ask if anyone is here to address the public hearing.
Do you want here to address the public hearing to this topic of the tax? Appears to be none. Are there any other questions from the members of the board? Pleasure.
Maybe close the public hearing, Mr. Chairman. Second.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Here's closed.
Then we just need to make a motion to adopt the schedule value.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Next up is the consent agenda, approval of the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next up is approval of the regular meeting minutes from November the 20th, 2023.
Second.
Motion to second. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Next up, clerk to the board, organizational meeting.
We would like to open the floor for nominations for the chairman position.
Madam Clerk, I'd like to nominate Mr. Yard for chair.
Madam Clerk, I'd like to nominate Mr. Jeffers for chair.
Are there any more nominations? If not, can we get a motion to close the floor for nominations?
Second.
Yeah, we will take votes. We would do roll call voting to see who wants Mr. Yarber as chairman. And we will start with you, Mr. Rhodes.
Mr. Yard.
Same between the two.
Yeah, between the
I'm sorry, couldn't hear you. Mr. Jeffers.
Mr. Jeffers.
Mr. York.
Myself.
So Mr. Jeffries will be the chairman, so I will now turn it over to Mr. Jeffries, and Mr. Jeffries will take nominations for vice chair.
Thank you, sir. Next on the agenda will be the vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Horton, Commissioner Horton.
And other nominations? Take a motion to
Motion. Second.
all in favor, saying aye. Vice chair. I think we'll have a little recess after this, before we have a recess, but thank you guys for the opportunity to have 1 year, be out here. What I want to do the best we can do, and I need everybody to help me and support. Thank you. Let's have a 5-minute recess. I can call it board meeting back with the lawyers. First on the agenda, I would like to say this before I go any further, so we'll know where we're coming from. I'm not a new person on this boat. I guess I'm the senior person on this boat. I just like to say, I'm gonna need everybody else. And together we stand divided we fall. But so I know we can run this county. We can do a good job. So I'm gonna ask everybody to help and not to point fingers, just get in here and do what we need to do for the people who care about care. Thank you. Public comments, Gavin.
I'm John Roberts. I live in this county, lived here since 1990. And I've applied for the job of the county manager position. I applied at the NCACC. I sent them my information. I think there's another commissioner I haven't given this document that talks about my background and what I've done. I can fix this financial problem they got in the county. I just have to study it more. And I was a little surprised when I heard about it, because back in 2002, they had a financial problem here. I just left Anson County. LGC's working there. They can't borrow any money or do anything. They haven't even filed their 2021 end of year results for the state. They got a lot of problems down there. They had 5 financial directors in the last 7 years and 7 county managers in the last 7 years. So they have not been successful in keeping a county manager or a finance director. But most of their finance problems came from the first finance director about 6 years ago. He made a lot of mistakes. They're having problems with their retirement monies. They're having problems closing the books out. And they had problems with the where they had to already told me about the retirement, but their grant monies, they charge things to the wrong accounts. So they got to fix all that. They haven't come up with a plan yet. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, I have a lot of expertise in other areas. I've been doing this business for, well, over 50 years. I'm a little old and ugly. So, but anyway, I want to introduce myself to you all. Let you know I have applied for the job and I am a resident of this county and I can do a good job. Anyway, thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
That's all the public comments. Anybody else? Folks, that's me. Okay, we'll move on. Recognition.
Thank you.
Voting committee for commission. Yes, we happens about it.
That's for the commissioners, the boards and committees that are listed on the form that they are serving on the boards. If they want to do any changes or we don't need to let everybody know so we can look at that.
What I like to do now is wait till the next meeting. And then, let's get it, make change. Right, we move on, let's do it at the next meeting. Commission planning work section. Mrs. Coy Jensen.
Now, the planning work session will be something the board would do. You know, last year we did it in January just to see where the board wanted to see things in the county move for the year. If the board wants to have one, we'll need to start looking at dates and places to hold that.
We had it here last year, didn't we?
What's the president vote? Well, I'll put it out this way, I'd like to have a work session, some try to change it with. Vote, just vote. First meeting and change it with. My hand says, okay with it.
Because after the first meeting in January.
Yeah, we'll set a date for this meeting. Vacancy, we're gonna cancel that tonight. So that is, assistant county manager. Vacancy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the board's aware, we received a letter of recommendation from the assistant county manager last week. It's my recommendation that we not advertise to fill that position at this time. With a new county manager coming on, maybe reassign some responsibilities and duties and so on. And see whether we can put that money back in the fund. Currently, 60% of that position is funded by administration. 4% funded by family services. So the Board of Family Services will evaluate personnel in that area to determine whether we can move up an interim so we can evaluate that person.
That's great. Great, you can scroll it forward.
As we go on, I would like to express my appreciation for all that you have done as our assistant county manager. Thank you for your years of service and a lot of the different groups and giving you applause for giving them grant. I understand single citizen is a big grant versus your work. Thank you.
We move on. Upgraded historic code high school system.
Yes, sir. At the last meeting, discussed upgrading the audio system for the old courthouse. And I was told to go back and see if we can find the funds to upgrade the system. Later tonight, Mr. Miller will make a presentation to the board, outline where the money ought to come from. If we'd like to go that route, then I would like to bring the audio people back in next meeting to describe that problem. Then we can vote on it.
Well, I'd like to say this on this particular thing. We cannot hear in that progress. People's right in the ordinance came. We gonna have to look at upgrading. We have to go on the read.
This is state of the art of the system, so we would like him to sell us so I think it will work. How we do it.
It's time we approve of the agenda.
We couldn't approve it before because we were trading the chairman off.
That's one.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? We will close public office.
What is this?
The bonds for officials.
What are those officials?
You have to have a bond for the register of deeds, which is 25,000. For the tax collector, it's 75,000. For the sheriff's office, it's 25,000 for the sheriff, and for the finance director, it's 1 million.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Very unanimous. Order commission meeting 2024 meeting. Hey,
Is this the one about December meeting?
That's it.
no, that's just,
Make a motion to.
Second.
we move the proper second. I've heard the motion, we move the proper second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Carried. 2024 holiday schedule. Need a motion to approve. Same way.
I make a motion that we approve the holiday schedule for 2024.
Give a second.
Second.
We move the proper second that we approve the holiday schedule. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? 39. Next person approval of the move the proper. Speed. Well, it's open. Second. Motion made and second, we approve third season. Any question, any motion, any question? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, carried. Vote and commission appointment.
Tonight, Commissioner, we have one vacancy on the planning board. We have a current member, the term expired, a couple days ago, Jason Daniel has reapplied.
He did apply.
Reapplied, Jason Daniels applied to serve a term. Make a motion to accept Mr. Daniel with planning board.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Rhodes, second by who? Ms. Gwen, all in favor, y'all heard the motion, any question? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Very unanimous, you need to get in touch. This is a 24 budget amendment. This is a thing.
I believe you have a copy of amendment number 7 in your, well, let me start with 6. Amendment number 6 is, funds that we received from the broadband grant to economic development. I think we received it last week sometime, for $25,000. Since we received this money after the budget year began, this is just an amendment to, for your approval that we can budget that money. Pretty cut and dry on that one. Amendment number 7 is the funds transferred to purchase new audio equipment for the commissioners' meetings in the historical courthouse. Rather than using funds from the current budget to cover the cost of the new equipment, it is recommended that the majority of the cost be covered by funds remaining from the closeout of the automation fund, where the equipment project was completed. When we were going through different projects and funds and closing them out for the audit, we saw that there was money left over in that account, which that money rolls over into the general fund. So we're not we're not asking for new money. It's already money that rolled into the general fund. And then the remainder of the balance, it'll be 37,425 that will be used from that automation fund. And then the remaining of it will come out of the supply line of the commissioner's 24 budget that's already been allotted.
Any question? Board members?
You're gonna have a guy come back in, try to sell it.
The board wants me to pursue it, I'll have him come back in the January meeting.
Wouldn't we appropriate some money after we know what it's gonna be?
Well, if you want to go to the next step, then I will bring him in. So that's where I kind of want to get tonight, to see if you want to bring it back in. I think it's an idea, some good indication you want to bring him in, I'll ask to be here first meeting in January.
I would like to hear his pitch before we approve the budget then. What do you say?
Yeah.
What do you think?
But one question on the amendment number 7 for the sound system.
Mhm.
What is the 84,425? Explain that number to me. If the sound system's costing 40.
I will have to get back to you on that. This was given to me last minute to present since Jennifer's family has the flu, so, I just was letting you know where the money was coming from to make sure that you knew that we weren't asking for additional money. It's money we already have.
I get that,
But I will find
total, I
it.
don't quite understand.
I will find out for you and, let Carla know and she can email all of you.
Mr. Carter, I believe the increase is 37,425, and consistent is 47,000. So we add that to.
Okay.
Add the two together.
I got you there.
Yes, sir.
Would,
Thanks, Mr. Smith.
Ms. Bowman, would you need a vote tonight on this budget amendment number 6 due to the fact that money's coming in?
On number 6, yes, because we need to budget that money. Because the money's already been deposited into the bank. So for audit purposes, we need to have it pretty close together.
But it's $37,425. This money that you said is going to back in fund balance.
It would be coming out of fund balance from the previous, when we closed out that project. Anytime you close out a project and there's money left over, it automatically rolls into the general fund. So that's where it would be coming from if you chose to do the purchase.
And Mr. County Manager, you said it costs about 47.
Just under $40,000. So
I think about this to put it in, put that, and if you have to, we can go in fund balance.
yeah, if we could go with the 37,000 transfer, there's only a couple $1,000 we'd have to come out of the other categories to make it work. We got that right.
What's planned for?
Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna make a motion to accept budget amendment number 6. Pay out of the 25,000 to the broadband project.
Second.
We got a motion on the floor to add to $25,000 amendment number 6 to the broadband to the other. Y'all heard the motion, any question?
That money has already been allocated to be spent on the internet structure. Correct?
Yes,
Already been allocated.
Yeah. So basically,
it's part of the
you got
broad.
the money from the government, and now you want to pay the bill.
The co-op, that Piedmont co-op gave us that money with the intent of using it for broadband. That's the reason for the grant.
Can you use that?
I want to give it.
Sorry, we can use $37,000.
Correct.
That's two different things.
Yeah. It's different.
I think we need a motion of what the president vote on this $37,000.
State motion, second to number 6, which would be 25.
We can't use it.
It's for her to pay the property.
Oh, okay. Y'all heard that? Any questions? All in favor saying aye? Opposed? Very good.
Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna make a motion to, pause, I guess, budget amendment number 7 until we talk to people to see exactly what type of equipment they have. And look, maybe they can show us what they're looking at replacing everything with. Then at that point, vote on the actual budget amendment.
Well, that's a motion you're gonna make to
Yes, sir.
to hold this $37,000 right until we talk to people and then, been a motion made to approve, second, you heard, motion in question. All in favor saying aye? Opposed? Very good. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is upcoming event, county commission, any comments?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, on the board that Commissioner Holt has agreed to represent the Board of Commissioners on the EDC board. Talked about that a few weeks ago, so first meeting's coming up, soon. Next item is the NC Department of Commerce has proposed incentives amounting to $550,000 to our fellow business partner project. We offered incentives like $275,000 tax rebates. So looking at over $750,000 incentives if this prospect moves forward. So we'll talk about that land project as after we get a decision from PCC on the seed project. Well, that was actually my next item to discuss. The PCC will conduct a meeting with the seed project architect and engineers next week to determine the suitable sites for a processing prospect to be. So if they cannot find a suitable site, I'm gonna go back to the board and we're gonna revisit the federal business park to the time piece of land. So keep it ready. Next item, financial accounting for 2023-24 fiscal year is currently scheduled for on-time submittal to the auditors by October 31st, 2024. So that's the end date we're working towards, that being on time the next fiscal year. And looks good because we are current on this year. Every month we generate a report providing the commissioners a copy of that report. So just about to get the other years behind us. We're working towards that end also.
Can you give us an update on 2021?
We'll have a financial meeting. I believe we'll give an update on that. Financial review committee. Budget prep has begun for the 2024-25 fiscal year. Departments will be provided information, accurate prior to that date, which they will submit a request for upcoming funding. So they've got some actual numbers they can rely on to work up their budgets. That's all okay.
Then this is comments of commission.
Yes. Comment and question. We need to discuss the December 18th meeting. We're gonna have it. Mr. Smith, is anything pressing on the?
You know, so I actually the schedule very light, and I think we could skip that meeting without a problem.
That being the case, I'd like to make a motion that we skip the December 18th meeting. Second.
First made by Sticks and second by my trade. All in favor saying aye that we skip this meeting on December 18th. Any comments? Said that now we talk about. I think in the past we got some portion because we didn't have it. So, very good. All in favor saying aye? Aye. Opposed? Correct, unanimous. Thank you.
And under commissioner comment, I would like to make, and I'm on the senior center board, as well as the board at the parish. And of course, they came in with their reports that over those meetings, whereas they had 3 elderly couples losing their home from the senior center. They had some that they could not afford to give any more money out for heat. I don't know what was gas, electric, what. But one lady, Janine bought her electric blanket because she did not have heat or light. And that was the coldest day I've been in this year, which was Tuesday when we met. And they had said that they are looking at other resources, but the parish is having the same problem. But the heating is has been, but somebody must have sent heat from above because it's been nice since Tuesday. But I did want to report that, but they're looking at all kinds of resources and grants that they may be able to get to help these people. Some, I don't think they're going to be helped. And some of them just need windows repaired. They had rotted out. But there's a lot of need in the county. And those 2 agencies are trying to meet it at the best they possibly can.
This is at the senior center somewhere.
I talked with the senior center, I'm on the senior, and also the parish. So I met with both of them this week. They just had meetings this week. And so some churches are going to be making donations to the parish. I don't think it's of any amount. Big amounts, but I want to make you aware they may come later. I don't know if they had talked about coming to you this week, but they didn't. So they may have worked out something since Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday.
What do you think, if you get electric heater put in there with that?
Big pardon?
You think if you get electric heater to put in the room where they able with that?
I don't know, some of them, I don't think, and I may be wrong, I don't think they've even had the electricity turned off because the bill was so high, over $1,000. I don't think the exact amount. But they had said they would come to the board, so they didn't come, so they may have worked out some things since Tuesday.
I know social service, they got some money down there that comes in for heat to help you. And this money, it was 1st of December when it started. Allocate this money, have it been there?
I didn't know about it or either, I didn't think about it one day.
There's social service stuff. But they were government put money down there, so it's very important system. The only thing, they gotta get it from the check go to them. Right, get the heater, have they been doing it?
Tell them about that possibility. Oh, they may have found out about it since Tuesday.
If you would, if you can, contact and come back and go to some service, but there's one that start to get in these some. See what's coming. Anybody else want to go that it will come? Okay. The upcoming events. December 9, 2023, Gala Online Festival at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Gala Community Center. And December 18, 2023, the Board of Commission meeting at 6:30 p.m. at the library. We already canceled that, so move on to the meeting. December 25th to 27th, the county office be closed for Christmas holiday. And January 2024, the county office be closed for New Year's Day. And January 2nd, Board of Commission meet at 6:30 p.m. at the library. Any other questions?
Sure.
Yes.
I think the way you have to reschedule to this Sunday,
The
3
10th
o'clock.
at 3 p.m.
Read.
3 p.m. this
Yep.
coming Sunday.
And we were trying to figure out today, because it's calling for rain, if they would have somebody to reschedule, but so far we have not been told anything, so.
Get really close to the holiday.
I will be trying to reach out to the chamber again to see if there's any change, but I will let you know if they cancel or anything for rain or anything in the coming days.
But would you check on and let all the commissioners want to know before priority?
Yes.
Because it's attention's on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with everyone. All right. Anything else, both have any other question? Make a motion to attend.
I'll make a motion. I second that motion.
Made to accept, move to stop second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Keep it.